After spending some time on the tarmac last year with Grid, the team at Codemasters has gone back off-road in DiRT 2, with a new attitude and a greater emphasis on terrain and handling. Is it enough to get you back into the dust and grime, or should you stay sparkling clean? DiRT 2's career has you circling the globe through 8 locations in a variety of racing disciplines. You have the opportunity to participate in rally races with a co-driver calling out turns ahead as you rip through the countryside. You can also mix it up with other drivers in city-based rally sport circuits, or enter more light-hearted events like gate crashers, where you smash through blocks of yellow foam as quickly as possible. Completing events nets you cash and experience, and as you level up, you unlock new events, locations, and items to spice up your ride, like liveries and hula dolls. The game quickly presents a wide variety of options, giving you the freedom to just play your favorite types of races, or letting you move to higher tiers of events without having to complete all the rookie races first. The structure culminates in multi-race events, such as X Games competitions on different continents, or world tours focused on specific disciplines. In addition to the main races, other drivers will sometimes challenge you to one-on-one competitions, and you can also earn experience by completing sets of missions that require you to fulfill specific objectives, like drifting, catching air, or even just spinning in circles. The car selection in DiRT 2 is narrow and tailored to each discipline, giving you about 10 vehicles to choose from per race, including the Nissan 350Z, Pontiac Solstice, and Hummer H3. Deciding which are worth your money isn't always easy though, as the displayed stats tend to look fairly similar, and rather than introducing new vehicles in higher tiers, the game requires you to upgrade cars you already own in order to boost performance. You can get in and do some basic tuning before a race, but the options are bare bones, and vehicle setups are turned off by default. The online experience lets you compete against 7 other players in ranked tours or custom events. You can put any set of cars on the course and see how they fare, but if it doesn't look like a good match, the game will warn you before you hit the road. DiRT 2 isn't about collecting cars or touching up paint jobs, but if you're ready to tear up the tracks and trails, there are roughly 100 events to enter, and lots of freedom to tackle them however you choose.
Don't cut. Don't say I didn't warn you.
As its name implies, the game is all about racing on dirt. You'll drive on a wide variety of surface types, each of which has specific effects on how your car handles. This adds a critical element to the gameplay, as you not only have to get to know track layouts and vehicles, but you also have to take into account the road beneath you. Mastering Malaysia's slippery mud is quite a different proposition from surmounting Utah's dusty trails. The terrain changes throughout the course of each race, and knowing how to handle transitions or mixed surfaces can mean the difference between victory and sliding off course. DiRT 2 certainly isn't a technical simulation. You can definitely rip through tracks at high speeds, but that doesn't mean it isn't challenging. The drifting mechanic feels natural and takes some effort to get just right. Some courses test your skills with tricky climbs and narrow bridges, and if you use the cockpit view, you'll need to learn to drive blind whenever you charge through standing water.
Left, keep in, over crest.
AI drivers stay competitive without resorting to any notably cheap tactics. You may get bumped from time to time in a shuffle, but you'll also see drivers hit each other or make mistakes and wreck on their own accord. Returning from Grid is the ability to instantly rewind and correct mistakes using flashbacks, which are limited based on the difficulty setting. With slippery surfaces and unseen hazards like rocks and trees, the flashbacks are a welcome feature as you learn new tracks. But savvy players can also use it to rewind and overtake an opponent if they find themselves in second place right before the finish line. Purists can eliminate the feature altogether by raising the difficulty before races, and flashbacks can't be used when setting rally times online.
Over.
DiRT 2 is a gorgeous driving experience featuring lush terrain, sharp reflections on hoods and in puddles, and a brilliant lighting engine. Codemasters maintains its affinity for flashy menus with big block letters placed throughout the trailer you call home. The vibe is distinctly more catered toward an American attitude, with constant sponsorships from the X Games and a greater focus on US drivers like Ken Block and Dave Mirra.
Miracle Boy, Dave Mirra.
The soundtrack leans towards punk and indie rock bands like Friendly Fires, but music only plays between races and during replays, putting the focus squarely on you and the gravel under your tires. Repetitive driver taunts can get annoying after a while, and looking in the rearview mirror reveals a low-detailed flat reflection with cars floating above the track. But in general, the game looks and sounds fantastic by any standard. With stunning environments, a wide array of events, and an ingenious use of track surfaces, Dirt 2 is a superb ride for anyone wanting to rip through the wilderness at high speed.